Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not used to saying afternoon. I'm used to saying in the morning. But so now instead of coffee and bagels, we're going to have a nice tuna salad with our very, very special guest. And it was well worth coming on at 12 o'clock because of a guest that I'm going to be introducing in a minute. I want to say hello to everyone already in the stream. Katie, our very own Katie. How you doing, Katie? Thanks for joining us. Bob Rizzo, Dennis, Teresa, thank you so much. Have your questions ready for our star of the show, Bip Roberts. And please remember to subscribe, press the like button. And as you all know, that this is all coming from Nitin and his sports team, and we really appreciate it. So without any further ado, we're going right for the gusto, right to the star of the show. And we're going to bring him. Well, I want to make sure he's ready. I want a thumbs up first. Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, get ready for an all-star. Bip Roberts, former really, really good player in MLB. Bip, good afternoon. Thank you for joining YankeeMania. Joe here. How you doing?
Well, it's my pleasure. I am doing well. I got my workout in. I got my little cup of coffee right now, and I'm going to speak to you about some baseball. I just want to say hello to New York. That was a place where I always loved to play because, again, it's the media capital of the world. You got the greatest fans in baseball. I mean, very knowledgeable, very excited about their team. And just to play against the Pinstripes, man, that was just a great honor.
Wow. Well, you scored a lot of points already, Bip. I mean, we can end it. We can end it now. Goodbye. Thank you so. No, just kidding. First of all, Happy New Year to you, your family, your friends. I hope you had a great holiday. I know I can't believe we're almost ready to say goodbye to January in the next few days. But how was your holidays? Did you have a great, safe holiday?
Yeah, my holidays were great, man. I played Santa Claus again this year. I think that's my role during Christmas and the holidays. You know, just making sure the grandkids had what they wanted. And some of them just didn't want anything but just to have some time with us. And I think that was great. You know, we just kind of had a quiet one. I did have a tree this year. Sometimes, some years I don't have a tree. It's a lot of work for me. But I was guaranteed that if I put up a tree this year, I wouldn't have to take it down, that they would take it down. So I got a tree.
Good.
We had a good time, man. We ate good. We were able to just be around each other, love each other, and care for one another.
What is before we get into your really exciting career? So when you say that, what is a meal on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? What's famous in the Roberts household?
Well, I don't know if you know anything about gumbo, but
yes, I do.
Yeah. That's I make it. I know.
Do you? When you come to New York, we got to get together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm a cook also. I love it.
Yeah. You know, when I was drafted at like 18, my grandmother, she said to all of her daughters, my mother and her sisters, do not let him leave home until he knows how to cook. And so I had to go to each aunt and learn what their specialty was and learn how to cook that so that when I got out on my own, I would be able to take care of myself because apparently a couple of my uncles left too soon. They didn't know how to cook for themselves. They had to get married in order to get a meal cooked.
Wow. Okay. So gumbo is your number one.
Yeah, that's what we do around the holidays. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay. Well, ours we do the 7 fishes. So we do like spaghetti with the clams. We'll do lobster, shrimps, and now I'm getting hungry. You're killing me here with gumbo and all of that. Oh my god! And I'm on a strict and I shouldn't say a strict diet, but a diet. Which summer. I'm looking forward to the baseball season and the summer. So now it's time to stop eating and start living.
Yeah, I get it, man. You know,
but that's awesome. As long as and the family's good, that's the number one thing. That's the most important. So let's get into it. When was it? And this is always my first question to every baseball player. When did you know, and when did you tell mom, dad, grandparents, or whoever, hey, you know what? I'm gonna play in the major leagues. How did you know, and how did you feel? And what drove you? What made you feel I can do this?
You know, that's a great question because you really never know you always have this dream that someday you will play in the major leagues. I just remember my dad saying at about 3.5, 4 years old, I wanted to go out and learn how to play. And I think that was the beginning. It was a fire lit. I was tested that day. I remember it's vivid in my memory because the first ground balls he hit me, I was able to catch. They didn't bounce. They were just rollers, and I caught them. And then he said, I'm going to hit you one that's going to bounce. And then it bounced, and I watched it bounce, and I watched it hit me right in the jaw. And I was like, ouch. And so I ran into him crying, and then he said, do you want to play this game? And I said, yes. And he said, get back out there. And I ran back out there, and we kept going on. So the fear of the baseball was never in me. I just continued to go out and play. At 8 years old, I made a little league team that was for 10 to 12, but I was too young and couldn't play. And so I remember that day when I made the team, I went home and told him, and he said, hey, we got to go back to the ballpark. And so we went back, and coach, he looked, he said, no, he made the team. He said, no, he can't play because he's only 8. And he just said, oh, well, he had made the team. And on the way home, he said, no, I have a team that you're going to play for when you get 10, because it was 10 to 12. And eventually I turned 10 and I played for a team called Seafood Grotto. And we had the best team in the city. We won a championship. I was only 10 and I started at second base, leadoff hitter, and we won the championship. So that was my inaugural season in organized ball when it comes to baseball. And I fell in love with it then. And each year I would just get better and better and better and better. And, you know, there was a time though when a guy on one of my teams said, well, you know, Biff is good, but he's too small. And so that's what I used to drive me. I said, okay, so you think I'm not good enough. So what I would start doing was I live in Oakland, California, and we had a lot of hills that you could go run. And you could run as far as you wanted to. And so I would start running hills and things like that to try to get myself stronger. I wasn't going to be big. I mean, I had 5'7", 145 pounds. That's it. So I just doing things. Go ahead.
And well, I don't mean to interrupt, but when you said that, all you had to do was look back just a little bit and look at a guy named Freddie Patek,
right,
who played, of course, for the Kansas City Royals. He was what, 5'4", and he had such a career.
Yeah.
You know, so, and you at 5'7", you're a giant compared to 5'4". So, I mean, really, you know, so when I hear that, listen, it doesn't matter how big you, I mean, look at the second baseman of the Houston Astros.
Yeah, Altuve.
He's not exactly 6'3", and
right.
Look what he does. So,
Yes.
I mean, obviously it's a real big, you know, it doesn't matter if you have the art of hitting that baseball. I don't care how big you are, how tall you are, you're going to succeed in baseball.
Right. And you just have to love the game. And I think that, you know, baseball players are born. So I had a very athletic family. I was born into it. Had a lot of NFL players in there in my family. I didn't play football. I was too small to play football. Had some great coaches coming up. And then I got drafted out of high school at 17. Didn't think I was ready. Went to a year of college and got hurt and then had to come back. And at 18 got drafted. Now I get in pro ball. But before I get in pro ball, I'm getting calls from guys like Willie Stargell and guys from the Pirates organization, which I was first drafted to, saying, hey, get in here now because we feel like you can make it. And I'm 18 years old and I'm getting these calls and I'm thinking, what do they see that I don't see? What do they know that I don't know? And at 18,
you know.
Yeah, 18, I get into the pro ball, have a good year, go from rookie ball to A ball. Don't have a great year in A ball, but, you know, it was a half a season, maybe even a month. Go back to that A ball league and I hit 320, still 50 bases. Driving 70, you know, I'm having a great years. I'm making all-star teams as I go through each league. And in Double-A, I make the all-star team, but Bobby Bonilla and myself, we get into a collision in spring training, so my shoulder's all jacked up. But I still make the all-star team. I still lead the league in bases and things like that. Now I get on, after that season, they take me off the 40-man roster, and I go to, I'm now Rule 5 to San Diego. But before that, I always thought I could make it to the big leagues after that 1 year in, I would say, big league camp, the year I got hurt with Bobby Bonilla. But, you know, baseball's funny, man. You can you can get to the big leagues, and if you're not ready, you can go back to the minor leagues.
Oh yeah.
So
And
I went
sometimes
back
it's
to the
good,
minor
though.
leagues. Yeah, I went back to the minor leagues for 2 years. And in that second year, I was sitting on the bench. So there was no way I could say to anybody, I'm going to be in the big leagues. I did not know for sure. And that second year, I sat on the bench in front behind Roberto Alomar, behind Joey Cora, some good little players. And I just remember that one day when I was driving my car to the ballpark, and the car broke down on the freeway. And I'm not playing, but I see the stadium in the distance, and I know I can't be late. So I leave the car on the freeway. I run to the ballpark. I get there on time. Steve Smith is the manager. He says, "Hey, why are you sweating? Vegas was hot, but I had to get here on time." And he says, "What happened?" I said, "My car stopped on the freeway, but I had to get here on time." So he just gave me this funny looking look, which I didn't know why he was looking at me like that. And then he tells the clubhouse guy, "Hey, get his car off the freeway." Now I get on the field. I'm on time. He says, "Hey, I'm going to let you start playing." And he let me start playing. At that time, I was hitting about 240. Got my average up to about 286. Father called, said, "Hey, your grandmother wants to see you. She's not going to make it." Flew to Oakland from Edmonton. Saw her, flew back. She passed away as I was going back to Edmonton. Went into the clubhouse with no food, hungry. Trainer Todd Hutchinson says, "Hey, you need something to eat." Goes and gets it. Tells me Sonny Siebert, a name from the past, is throwing BP.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. He's throwing BP to his son. And I go out and start hitting, and things take off from there. At the end of that season, I'm still not on the roster, but I'm the first guy called up. And I think that's when I knew that I was going to be in the big leagues, because as a Rule 5 and you go straight to the big leagues and you're not ready, they exploit your weaknesses. And you never know if you're going to be here today or gone tomorrow. But as a Rule 5, I had to stay there the whole season in '86. But right after that season, they sent me back to AAA. And that's when I was thinking, man, I might have to start looking for something else to do. So I was never sure that I was going to be in the big leagues until after the second year in AAA, where I showed exactly what I could do. And so I don't think I've ever told anybody, I think I'm going to be in the major leagues, because the major leagues was very tough to stay. That's a very tough league to play in.
Well, it doesn't get it, who was it that said about Mariano Rivera? He's too good. He should be playing in another league or something like that. I forgot who the quote of that. It's been a while, but yeah, no. But you were, tell us about the first day getting to the ballpark and saying you looked up and you said, "Wow, I'm not going in as a fan. I'm going in as a ball player." Take us back to that feeling, whatever you could remember. I'm always intrigued about that.
Yeah, well, coming out of AA, because that's what I came out of to the big leagues. Our first game was against the Dodgers, and the first pitcher I ever was going to face, his name was Fernando Valenzuela.
Oh, yeah, I know about that guy. Yeah, the 1981 World Series. He broke Yankee fans' hearts, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's who I was going to face that day. And being 22 years old, I think I was so nervous. When I walked out on the field and I looked up and I saw how big the stadium was, and I was just thinking, oh my goodness, man, I got to find a way to calm these nerves. And I think that's where I was. I was just having an anxiety pit. I was just stuck in anxiety thinking, wow, it's so beautiful here, but I just don't feel good. I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like I'm prepared enough. And so when you have those feelings of doubt, things don't seem to feel normal. And that day, Fernando was throwing a screwball, and it was my very first time ever facing him. He was throwing a screwball in the dirt that I would chase, and then the one that he would throw for a strike I would take, and then I'd walk back to the dugout just holding my bat after strike 3. So it was a very tough day for me. I still remember that day. But then I remember full circle coming back after the 2 years in AAA. He threw those same pitches, and I lined him in the gap for doubles. And he looked at me and he shook his head. And that's when
that's the guy I remember.
Yeah,
that's the guy I remember leading off the game, and before you know it, there's a runner on second or a runner on third. So that was awesome. That your legs took you a long way, which was great. And and in those years. You had mentioned off camera Either you would go into the Indians or the Yankees. At that point, the Yankees would have definitely, would have solidified second base. If I remember correctly, I think they had Steve Sachs. They had signed as a free agent. We're talking what, 90, when 90, well,
97,
maybe
97 around that time. It was.
Okay. No, I was thinking more on the lines of 91, 92.
Oh, yeah. I was with Cincinnati in 92, but I was with Padres in 91, then traded to Cincinnati in 92, made the All-Star team. And at 93, I was a free agent. And I went back to San Diego. I was comfortable in San Diego. That was home for me.
Yeah, I could imagine. Now, you played obviously in Riverfront Stadium. Tell us a little bit about that stadium.
Well, at the time, it was it was a great place to play. The fans were outstanding. They just loved their players. And, to go in there and play in that ballpark, you just felt like you could hit. It didn't matter because it was turf. And my swing was conducive to line drives and hard ground balls that had spin on it. So if I could get the ball on the ground, it would run away from the infielder. Or if I could hit the ball in the gap, it would run away from the outfielder because it's trying to stay inside the ball and create a backspin. And so I just loved to go play on turf at that time because I knew that all I had to do was get it on the ground, make a infielder backhanded, and I could beat it out. And so I had pretty high average when it came to hitting on turf.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
We have one of our great listeners, Katie, and viewer. My question for you is, sir, what is your favorite moment in your Major League Baseball career?
Wow.
Thank you, Katie, for the question.
There were so many, but I think that, I can say that, in baseball, there's a lot of competition. And I remember playing against the Pirates in San Diego, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. They take out the reliever and bring in the closer. And the closer is standing behind the mound after he threw his warm-up pitches. And he's rubbing the ball up, but he's looking at me. And the look on his face was like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to blow my fastball by you. And something in me said at that time, he's going to try to beat me with a fastball inside. And what did he do? He tried to beat me with a fastball inside. I beat him to the spot, and I put it over the right center field fence into the seats. And it was a walk-off grand slam. And I think that was one of the biggest hits I had as a player, especially when you know that a pitcher looks at you and he's a big guy and he's like, oh, yeah, I can just blow it by this little guy right here. And he puts a fastball right in your wheelhouse and you get the perfect swing at the perfect time. So I think that was a great moment when it comes to competition on the field. There was other moments where I break up Pedro Martinez's perfect game with a double, and then the All-Star game. So there was a few that I really, that are still in my memory as I get older. Things seem to fade, but those are some of the things that I still kind of, at times people will remind me of it. And there's always this celebration or this day of where Pedro had a perfect game, but it was broken up by Bill Roberts. So that's something that comes up every year. Wow,
that's awesome. Katie, thank you for the question. Andrew, welcome back to the show. How you doing? He says, what kind of an experience was it when you hit your first home run?
It's funny. I was playing with the Padres. It was my rookie season. And that day I was hitting ninth or eighth because they dropped me out of the leadoff spot and facing Tom Browning, and he threw me a fastball and I hit it out of left center field. And that was my very first home run, my only home run as a rookie, but it's something that I'll never forget. It was in Cincinnati. And it was something that, when you hit your first home run, you run around the bases and it just doesn't seem real. And I think that's how I felt after I hit it. And I just took off running thinking it might be a double, but it hit the back garage gate, and I was able to trot from second base.
That's awesome. That is awesome. You have another question from Teresa. Teresa asks, I am originally a Met fan, and Joe Show's turning me into a Yankee fan. So when my question to you is, would you have rather played for the Mets or the Yankees if you had a choice? Wow, that's really putting him on the spot, Teresa. Thank you very much.
How about this? How about just playing in New York? Because playing against either team was like playing against, the best in the East. You play against the Mets. You're playing at that time. I was playing against Doc Gooden,
right,
Darryl Strawberry, and all these other guys that were very, very good ball players. And then when you played against the Yankees, you're facing Mariano. You got Derek Jeter. You got all these superstars out there, and to be able to compete against them was just in itself. It was a blessing. But I always wanted to wear them pinstripes. I'm sorry. If I had to pick one, the way those boys looked in those pinstripes, they always looked clean, they always looked sharp, and they always had a great team.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, let me ask you, now that you mentioned Mariano, so you're in the bat. Let's say you're in the batter's box. Are you intimidated at all? Are you nervous, or it's just another pitcher in your eyes? What was it like to face him?
Well, my rookie year, I always go back to that when I was seem to give the pitchers credit. And I think after we played the Giants, my little league coach was there, and I came outside and I said to him, man, these guys are just so good. It's tough to hit. And he just looked at me and he said, when did you ever give pitchers credit? And it made me think again, my mindset is not right. So I stopped giving pitchers credit. They just became a name to me. They became a roadblock to my success. And I started looking at it. If I put the ball in play, it's not that they got me out. It's that somebody behind them made a play. So facing Mariano, facing Randy Johnson, facing Greg Maddux, facing whoever, it didn't matter to me anymore. They were just in my way. Facing Mariano, though, if you don't get his straight fastball, you're going to get his cutter. And if you get his cutter, he's going to break your bat. So I always try to be aggressive against him. I always try to go after his first pitch because a lot of times he would throw a fastball. Tried to keep him guessing like he tried to keep me guessing. His cutter, you couldn't pick up the spin because it just didn't have a spin. It just had this natural movement that went from one side of the plate to the other side of the plate. And he was like a David Cone in a sense. David Cone had a nasty cutter too. But with facing Mariano, you had to be aggressive on him early. I remember in New York, first pitch, he threw me a fastball and I drove it in the left center field gap for a double. The next time I came up, instead of that first pitch fastball, he threw me a cutter and he broke my bat. So, facing those guys, you had to try to play the cat and mouse game. You had to try to keep them off balance like they tried to keep you off balance. So, again, after the 86 season, they all became one name to me, and that was I need to get hits off of them.
Wow. Yeah. No, that again, amazing. And thanks for letting everybody know, what it was like to, go up against Mariano but the other thing is while you're playing, you got 96, 97, 98. Those were the big years for the New York Yankees. What was it from afar? Players' reactions say, was it just, yeah, of course the Yankees, either they bought the World Series or they bought this or they bought that. What was the mindset? Was it negative in your opinion? Or was it even keel, like, wow, they know they play the game right. What's your, and also while you mentioned that, you can also go to the Dodgers now and what they're doing. Give us an idea what goes through the player's mind or your mind at that point.
Well, I mean, flying into New York, I thought it was just the greatest thing in the world. Get on the bus after get off the plane and ride through New York and just be able to see the sights and then think about who you were about to play. And you knew that you had to bring your A game to play against the Yankees. It was a thing where not only were you going to face the team on the field, but you're literally going to face these fans. And these fans were rabid. I mean, I tried to throw a ball into the crowd one time and I kept getting the one finger salute. So I just said, well, maybe I just throw it to the ball boy because I don't think they really appreciate a visiting player throwing the ball into the stands. And I mean, boy, what language that they use out there. And I would say, so not only you're facing the team, but you're facing a fan base that was really, really emotional and intense, and they wanted their team to win. But playing against the Yankees, you knew that they always made a run during the game. There was always an inning or two where they were going to take off as a team and collectively put together 2, 3, 4 hits. You had to try to stop that. And then when Paul O'Neill and those guys were playing, you had to try to keep them in the ball yard. But Paul would always find a way to put one in the seats. And so, they always had guys who they were at the top of their game and they knew how to play the game. And if you made mistakes, they were going to beat you. And that's one thing that I always remember about the Yankees. I remember when Derek Jeter came up and he was a rookie. And talked to him from second base that day, he just had something that I thought was very special. And I said to him, "You're going to be around a long time, kid." And he just laughed it off. But I just knew that there was something special about those guys in pinstripes. And again, if you made mistakes, they were going to beat you. But you had to go out there and try to play a flawless game. And even then, they still had guys who could play and come through in the clutch. And it was always very hard to beat those guys. Wow.
I want to welcome Evan to the show. Evan Bip Roberts, as you know, who we have on here. He was so nice enough to join us. What an interview. You have any questions, Aaron? Take it away, Evan.
Yeah, of course. First of all, welcome to the stream. Congratulations on your career. I did want to ask you a couple of questions. I didn't know that you went against Mariano Rivera, so that's new to me. That's a big accomplishment. So you were known, obviously, for your speed. You had a 294 career average. What was it about your overall approach that you felt gave teams a lot of trouble against you? And who were some of the toughest pitchers that you faced besides Mo, of course?
Yeah. My swing was totally broken down after the 86 season by a teammate, Gary Templeton. And he showed me exactly the St. Louis Cardinal way of hitting, because at one time the Cardinals hit a lot of line drives and hard ground balls in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. And that's how they were able to win. And he broke my swing down. And then pretty soon I had one of the shortest swings in all of baseball. And I could get inside the baseball and drive it hard the other way, which was a weakness that I had. And then 6 years right there, I started working out with Tony Gwynn. Started hitting with Tony Gwynn every winter and started to figure out my swing, listen to his tutelage, his critiques at times. And then pretty soon we literally almost had the same swing, but that's Tony Gwynn. And I'm not saying I'm Tony Gwynn, but I'm saying I learned a lot from Tony Gwynn, which helped me as I went into the batter's box become successful. So, and I think the confidence is what really helped. But I could drive a ball in the gap. What I would really do is I would watch infielders when I came to the plate. I would see if they would put their right foot forward or if they put their left foot forward. If they put their left foot forward and I'm on the left side, that means a fastball's coming because they think I'm going to be late. If they put their right foot forward, that means a breaking ball's coming because they're going to play me up the middle. So I would watch guys like that. And then that would be my hitting key. And then I would do the opposite of what they were trying to have me do. And because I felt like my swing, I could do what I wanted to do in the batter's box. Tony Gwynn always said, do what you do. Don't try to do what anybody else does. Do what you do and become an expert in doing what you do. And I think those guys in our time, in our era, were experts with the bat. And I'm a part of that era where we were experts with our bat.
Yeah, and that's spoken like a Tony Gwynn, like a true batting coach and batting champion. Because when you have the mentality like that and you teach like that, you're going to get the performances of people like yourself to take it and run with it, and that's very, very important in this game. Yeah. Very important.
Yeah.
So and again, a great, very good question, Evan. We do have for Yankee fans, we do have a little bit of breaking news. The Yankees have come to an agreement on right now a minor league contract on Seth Brown, who used to play for the Oakland A's, who's a nice little player. I always admire him from afar. He's a very good outfielder. He's a good in-house swinger. He hits the ball to the opposite field, and he can run, just like the man that's right in front of us right now. So I think that's a very, very nice move. And I mentioned last night that I have I don't know, a premonition, and Evan could tell you,
Yeah.
there's something that comes across me when the Yankees are going to make a move somehow.
Yeah.
And usually within the 24-hour, I shouldn't even say 12-hour period, they make that move. And I also can predict and close the TV a home run. I can tell you straight out.
Yeah.
And Evan, you could, just have a little fun. But Evan,
true.
take it away.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's absolutely true. When Joe gets that feeling that something's going to happen, he doesn't let it hide.
Yeah.
He has that feeling either in the shoulder or the arm. He can tell you if someone's going to hit a home run. He could tell you if someone's going to strike out, hit into a double play, whatever it is. Or even if the pitcher's going to throw a no-hitter, he could tell you that too.
Yeah.
Like we've done games here on the show, and it makes it kind of harder for me to call, but also easier too, because I can expect what's going to happen and I can have that sort of reaction to it. But no, it's really it's mind-blowing. I've never seen anything like it.
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
But now, if you want me to pick you the daily number in the lottery, I really have to dream about that. But they always say money you can dream about anything, but you can't dream about winning the lottery. But that's just and I've been saying that if the you have to make a little statement if Cody Bellinger is going to come back to the Yankees, you've got to do something to show, hey, we're going to make moves. Now, I'm not saying Zeth Brown is Cody Bellinger, but it's a depth piece. They're showing, well, you know what? You don't want to come? Okay, fine. We're going to do a little bit here, a little bit there. So now I'm expecting a little bigger move, and a little bit, and if it's to the point where enough is enough, then move on. So. Again, I think it's a debt move for the Yankees, and something that at least they're not. A lot of fans think they're sleeping. What are they doing? Nothing's going on with this team. There's rumors galore as always, but nothing's happening. And and the other teams in front of them, like Toronto and all of them, are getting better and better. And if the Yankees' injuries open up a little bit, they will be better. But that's too much. That's like, let's say, God forbid, you being injured and they're waiting for you to come on, but you let's say 3-4 months away.
Right.
So that we're waiting for you to come back and play, and then you got to play at your potential all the time and get ready to hit again. So it's a big deal.
It really is. Well, let me say this about Seth Brown though, and I know Seth. His nickname is Sarge.
Right, Sarge, right.
And he got that nickname from me.
Really? Oh, you heard it here first, guys. There we go. Go ahead.
So remember, I covered the A's and I covered the Giants here in the Bay for the last 23 years. So I've watched this kid, and I like this kid. And this kid, he has the ability to put the ball in the right field seats. He just needed to be around players who have as much experience as he has, because he's always been on a team that they always get rid of their players. And he was one of the last players that they finally let go from that era where the Marcus Simeons and the Matt Chapmans and, all those guys were a part of that team. And he was a part of that team. He was the rookie on that team. Now, when you make this big turnover, he's asked to be the leader. When he is just a part of the team, he can be a great team player and fit in. And I think his mentality is he's going to come there ready to play. That's why I gave him
play, in your opinion.
Yeah, that's why I gave him the nickname Sarge, because he comes ready to play. So I think you guys are going to like his mentality. He's going to give you everything he's got. He's not a very emotional player, but he plays very intense. He plays very intense. And so I think you're going to like this kid.
Do you like his outfield play?
His outfield play at times can be a little rough. He might need to be a DH, or he might need to play, because they had him moving around from right field to left field. That's two different spins when the ball comes off the bat. So I think that there are times when you have to find where he's comfortable. It may be right field, it may be left field, but I know you got Aaron Judge in right field. So it's not a place where you want to play. And hopefully Bellinger comes back. I love watching Bellinger play. I've been loving to watch him play since he was with the Dodgers and then with the Cubs and over there with the Yankees. I tell him all the time, you're my favorite player. So I hope he comes back to the Yankees because, man, what a turnaround, to be the best in the game, to being one of the worst in the game, to coming back to being one of the most consistent in the game. So I hope Bellinger comes back to the Yankees because I know that he can really help that team. But we were talking about Seth. Seth probably needs to be in left field and left alone in left field so that he can actually understand the spin of the bat. But when the ball comes off the bat in left field, it runs towards the line. When the ball comes to, if he's in right field off the right-hander's bat, it runs towards the line. So he's got to be able to get those nuances down, but he's got to be in one position to get that.
Now, do you like him coming off the bench in the late innings for a speedster?
I like him coming off the bench as a guy who can run, but also as a guy that can put it in the seats.
Really? And Yankee Stadium, the right field porch.
Absolutely.
So you think it's a nice under the radar pickup for the Yanks?
Under the radar. Nobody's going to think that was a big deal. They're not going to think that's a big deal until he gets on the field in those pinstripes and he shows you what he can do.
Wow.
What are your expectations for the Giants this year? I know last year they traded for Devers in the middle of the season. What do you think that they can improve on this season? How far do you think that they can make it? Obviously, with the new manager who has connections with Buster Posey. So, how do you feel about them this upcoming season?
I think the Giants can go out and acquire as many players as they want. They're not going to beat the Dodgers. The Dodgers, I said this literally now 15 years ago that the Dodgers were going to rule the West. And that's exactly what they're doing. I don't see it. I don't see them giving the West away for probably the next 10 years.
Really?
So I think that everybody else is an also ran. They're going to have to get in the playoffs through wild card at some point, because the Dodgers, I mean, come on, man. You just look at, they don't not only spend money, but they spend money on quality players like the Yankees used to do.
Mm-hmm.
They will go out and get a player that fits in with the team. And then that person or that player turns around and has a great year. Only because he's fitting in with the team. He's not trying to be the number one guy or the number two guy. He's just a part of the 25 or 26 players that they have. And I think that's what the Yankees and how the Yankees used to be. They would pick the right guy, and that guy would come in, have his type of season, but help the team win. When you have 25 of those guys, you win all the time. You win consistently. That's what the Dodgers are doing. They make sure that before they sign a player, they've done their due diligence. What type of person is he first? What type of player is he? How consistent is he? What is his background? They want to know all these things before they make a decision. Kyle Tucker fits the mold. That's why they signed him.
Yeah. Well,
it's going to be so hard to beat them.
It is. It really is.
Well, Bip, though, one thing about the Yankees, if they, again, everything falls into place and with that starting rotation, that's going to give if you have the Yankees Dodgers World Series, which of course we would love, it's not going to be a cakewalk for the Dodgers with that Yankee pitching staff led by Garrett Cole.
Right.
And I think I think all the teams would love to have the Yankee staff if they're going to have a chance with, if you put the Yankee staff healthy on the Blue Jays, I'll tell you, I would put my money on the Blue Jays beating the Dodgers in the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Jays had opportunity to win that series.
Oh yeah,
the Dodgers.
When it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen. That's it.
Yeah. It's so unfortunate that, I mean, it was just inches. I mean, you think about the throw to the plate from second base.
Yeah.
The catcher keeps his foot on home plate, but his foot slides off. But it's a game of inches. It's amazing that you can make one bad pitch and it ends up in the seats at the wrong time.
Well, what about the center fielder from the Dodgers making that incredible, crazy catch?
Yeah, I mean, Things happen when we always say things happen when you're living right.
Yes. Yeah. You rather be lucky than good sometimes.
Absolutely.
But so And one other big question for you is: do you think there's going to be a lockout strike after we say we crown a world championship after 26?
The way it's looking, it looks like we have the player's side and the owner's side again, not on the same page. That's what it looks like at this moment. And it always centers around money. And I think that, I've gone through lockouts and I've gone through strikes.
Yep.
And in the end, it's the fans that get hurt the most because, the fans are the ones that make the game. Yeah, we get the players on the field, but it's the fans that make the game. I think that when you start to do these negotiations, and this is just from my standpoint, you should have the owner side, you should have the player side, and then you should have the fan side. And they all should be in the room at the same time. And then you can come up with a way that's going to make everybody happy. Now, in 94, when we had that strike, that second half strike, it was really about the owners having like 15 pizzas and the players were eating off one pizza. Now the players and the owners are eating off those 15 pizzas together. It shouldn't be very hard to share those slices of pizza. That's how I look at it. And why are we having this issue at the moment? I mean, I don't understand it. Guys are making literally $1 billion on contracts, but we're still having a problem with coming together, both sides. It doesn't make sense to me, especially a guy who in our era, I don't even think guys are making $50 million on our contract. But it's because of the 94 season where we went out, they're able to get this now. And I think you should be grateful that you're getting this. And I think you should find a way to not go out on strike or to not have a lockout after this coming season. To me, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I think that your players association and the owners association, they need to work this out before spring training. Because if it goes through the season and it's not worked out, there will be a lockout or strike, either or.
Yeah, and I've been telling fans, Bip, that please enjoy and don't be upset at this season. Enjoy every bit of it because we don't know what's ahead. Mm-hmm. So 26, take your family, go enjoy baseball games, watch it. You want your team to win, but you're watching Aaron Judge, you're watching Ohtani, you're watching Guerrero, you're watching all of these great players. And you may not see them until, everybody says, Joe, you're overreacting. I'm not overreacting because, like you said, I've been through the strikes too.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, it's very frustrating. And, and the fans get upset. And it took a lot of years and a lot of patronizing these fans to come back. Mm-hmm. I mean, what baseball had to go through to get the fans back. I mean, they did whatever they could, free baseballs, free this, free uniforms, free, but now that it's so expensive for a family of four, right. Especially, you go to Dodger Stadium, you go to the Yankees, you go here, you go there. It's not easy. It's not easy to, to do that. So,
hey, guys, hey, can we take a break for real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Quick break and I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
At my age, sometimes you have to go to the restroom and you can't hold it.
No problem. That is funny.
It's been good so far.
What?
Good interview so far.
Yeah. So I think that's a nice move. Also, the Braves picked up Mateo that was with the Yankees farm system at one time and then was with the Orioles.
Okay.
They bounced on that right away. They lose a shortstop. Yeah. A day later, they get him. The Yankees, they wait 100 years before they make a move.
I know. So we got Seth Brown. That's true. So, I mean, we'll see how it works out. He was okay with the A's. I think there's more potential to him. Hopefully the Yankees can unlock, and we'll see how it works out. But we just got to wait and see, guys. Spring training is right around the corner. A lot of guys are going to be playing. Mm-hmm. A lot of competition, at least. So we'll see who makes the roster, and at least we'll have some good competition.
Well, at least the movement in my shoulder wasn't half bad. I mean, we knew
Yeah.
something was gonna. I knew something. The Yankees were gonna be in that news today. And I don't think it's done either because I'm starting. I have it now, right now. It's like telling me, player's coming, player. You know, it's really weird. I can't explain it unless you go near it, unless you go through this. It's really funny. But yeah, no, I just can't. I'm just happy that things are going well, and this interview is fantastic. And you know, folks, this is live TV. It's great. It's absolute. This is what it's all about. It's not all about glamour. It's about real life. And here he is again. There he is, the man of the hour, the man with the power.
Hey, I did a workout this morning, and I always have a big canister of water. And I drank 3 of them during the workout. And I always know when I'm sitting home, it's almost 10 o'clock here, that it's going through my body. So hang with me, guys. Hang with me.
Oh yeah, no question about it. We have actually a couple of things for you. First, I do have a little surprise for you, and it's. I think you're going to enjoy this. And if you would be so kind, if we go down for a minute, if you could, if you don't mind, and this is live, if you could say that your name and that you're watching YankeeMania, we would really appreciate it if you would do that for us.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, so thank you so much. So I'm going to bring Evan and myself down. Count yourself down, 3, 2, 1, and then say what you like to say, and then we'll come back right up, and we'll give you a little surprise. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So we're going to go down.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. This is Bip Roberts, former Major League ball player, and you're watching New York Yankee Mania. Enjoy. What a great show.
And I did not pay him to say that, so that's pretty good. Thank you so much. Wow, that was great. Thank you. And before I give you this surprise, I want you to know, if there's anything you like to promote, we're here for you. We have a nice little community. We post everything. So if there's anything you want people to know, doesn't have to be now. It could be next month. Could be next year. I don't care. But any friend of Nitin Sports Rush and any friend of the show is definitely worth helping. So if there's anything, and we'd love to have you back anytime whenever you have some free time. If you would come back, we would love for you to have you back on the show.
Well, all you have to do is reach out. We'll figure it out a time during the year. I mean, hopefully during the season when we got baseball going on. I'd love to talk baseball. I'm watching just about every team that's out there because I have the menu, the MLB menu. So I watch what games are out there, try to, see who's out there as far as the young players, and then watch some of my favorite players. So anytime, you guys just reach out to me, let me know.
Yeah, and thank you. And also, we do a game of the week, and Evan does the broadcasting. How would you feel about maybe being a Paul O'Neill of the team?
Hey, listen, you let me know, and so we'll work it out some kind of way. I mean, I know I'm 3 hours different, but I always have free time. I started my own company. I'm the CEO of my own company, Better in Person, which is the acronym BIP. Oh. And we do a lot of humanitarian work here in California, especially in Northern California, with trying to help people get wraparound services when it comes to mental health and things that may kind of hurt people in the long run, such as not having enough food or not being able to see certain doctors or, certain things at home that might be hampering kids from getting to school. So I have navigators in the school system working with these kids, and we're trying to make sure that we make a mark. Baseball, yes, it's been important to me in my life, but I think helping my community right now is probably at the forefront of what I'm doing. So I get to make my own hours. And so if there's a time and a date that you guys want me to come on and do the Paul O'Neill, my former teammate in Cincinnati, I'd love to be a part of it.
Now with you doing that, we do entertainment shows and shows that are vital to people. So if you would be kind enough to come on and talk about what you do, we would promote that very nicely for you. And hey, listen, if we can help out some people, we did a show about the troops on November 11th. So a lot of people that served, the people that had cancer. We interviewed so many people. So yours is in line with that. We had guests talking about mental health and all that. So on our next show, when we do that again, Bip, I'm going to definitely would love for you to come on, talk about the experience, talk about somebody, bring somebody on if you'd like. And we could work out a beautiful show because we were on for, believe it or not, 5 hours.
Wow. You sit there for 5 hours? You sit there for 5 hours.
You want to talk about something else? You know, the trade deadline, we were on 10 hours.
10 hours. Yeah.
Man, and thank God the Yankees did something. And they made move that all of a sudden, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. It was like, really? Wow. It was fun. That's why, I love this. This is, it's not a job. It's a pleasure. As long as we could put a smile on people's face, then that's, aside from my funny face, so they just laugh at that, but that's besides the point. But no, the bottom line is just to make somebody smile. That's the whole idea. And to have somebody like you, a former player, you have no idea how it's just an unbelievable feeling that, I love the game so much. So to speak to a player, a former player, an all-star is, I'm starstruck. And I'll always be like that. And I appreciate it. You have no idea. Well, it means a lot to me.
Well, I was always taught by my uncles, and they, like I said, they played NFL. They always taught me just to be yourself and just be humble. Don't let things change you because of success. And just always remember that, you're here to really help people. And I think I've always kept that in mind. And I think that's why I'm in the field that I'm in now. I try not to somebody that because I played Major League Baseball, that I'm a step above this person or that person. I like to meet people where they are, and I like to really enjoy people. I think that what I've been doing the last 10 years is that I've really given myself to my spiritual side and to help as many people as possible. On Fridays, we do the outreach where we give away groceries to, just hundreds of families that need food. And so we're just out here serving, man. And I just find myself just enjoying being a servant more so than being the former baseball player, because no one knows who I am. And I can just do this work and just really feel good about what I'm doing in the community.
That's great. That is awesome. Well said. And now is going to be a little time for your surprise. So without any further ado, it's the man, the myth, and everything else from his car. As always, here comes Who Know Who Mythin.
Oh, my goodness.
What's up, babe?
Hey,
what's up, babe? Thank you for joining Joe and Evan. My team and I bring all the guests for this show, and you're another one that's added to the list. And thank you for joining them. They're the best, and my team and I love helping them out. They do a great job with the show, and obviously you were on my friend Jack show. That's why you did a great job with Jack also. So,
well, again, I know you're in a situation where your phone is acting up a little bit, but I think I got the gist of it, and I really appreciate you reaching out to me. It's always a pleasure. It's been so many years since I played, and then for you guys to really, reach out to me and give me the love that, sometimes we don't get. I'm appreciative of that. And, I don't take these things lightly. Today is going to be a great day for me. Once I get off into my day, I'm going to enjoy what we just did and how we had this conversation today.
Oh, wow. Unfortunately, the weather in the East Coast hasn't been that great. We've had some snow. We've had some snowy days. and he's trying to come back on. Let's see what we got here. Yes, and there he is.
Yep. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, that's
Did you guys hear me from?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I was gonna say is Bip. Thank you for joining Joe and Evan. They do a great job, and my team and I have been helping them get all the guests on the show. And you're another one added to the list for them. And you did a great job with our friend Jack. The last episode you did. So Bip, like I said, you had a great career. And did you have to do? You know what's ironic is we book you today for this show, and then Seth Brown signs today on the same day that you're on the show. And then what a funny story that you gave him the nickname Sarge. And did you do anything with the signing today for the?
Oh, it was my premonition, guys.
It's just karma. It's just karma. That's what it is. It's karma. That's what it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
I appreciate you. I appreciate you reaching out to me.
Yeah,
I've started to get a lot more on Instagram where people are reaching out. And again, like I'm saying, it's been so long since I played, but for you guys to have my name on the tip of your tongue and saying, "Hey, we want to talk to this guy," that's an honor in itself.
No, the honor.
Yeah, and yeah, we do. So, like I said, we help out Joe, bring all the guests. We brought Andrew Jones on here for Joe. We brought a whole bunch of people for Joe here. So we work with a bunch of athletes. I manage a lot of athletes, and we work with entertainment people also. And then I'm a VIP vice president for this company that deals with NIL deals and branding deals. So we do everything pretty much in the industry. So.
Well, I appreciate it again. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you guys for having me today. So
yes, and we will definitely be in touch, Bip. Thank you so much. And again, if there's anything you want us to promote, you want us to say, just either send it to Nitin, or I gave you the email, I gave you the proper stuff. So whenever you want to, and we will definitely take you up on that offer. We want to talk to you about the baseball season. And then as we get closer to hopefully a non-strike, let's talk about anything. So you are welcome here anytime. You have a few minutes. You call up. They say, "Hey Joe, put me on. Put me in, Coach."
Yeah,
and I will 100%.
I love it. I love it.
We really thank you so much.
Bib, are you going to be at Super Bowl week next month?
Am I going to be around Super Bowl? Yeah, I'll be around.
Yeah.
I'll be around. Sure.
I'll be there. I'll be there next month if you want to meet up or something.
Okay, reach out to me. Let me know. Send me information. Send me your number, and I'll call you, and then we can meet out there.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Okay. But guys, thank you for having me. I know we've been on this for about an hour, and I'm sure you guys. I don't know how long you actually stay on, but you said 5 hours. I don't have 5 hours today.
We appreciate that. No
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Just stay healthy, stay well. God bless you. God bless your family, and have a wonderful, wonderful, safe New Year.
All right.
Yep.
You too, guys. Thank you.
Have a
And I'll
good day.
see you soon.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Got it.
Yep.
100%.
Okay.
Take care, man.
All right.
All right. That was Bip Roberts. What an interview. Thank you, everyone. Great job, everyone. Thank you so much. This was great.
You guys did good with Bip. Glad that my team and I could help with that also. So you guys killed it.
It was nice enough to give us a promo also. I loved it.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that. That was a perfect promo right there. Perfect. Yeah, right there.
That was a good promo. Yep.
So,
Hey, guys,
no, I was gonna say. So, my movements worked again, baby.
Yep.
We got
Seth Brown.
Yeah, we got a potential nice outfielder, but it's not done yet. I have a feeling we're coming back with a show later, guys. Yankees are going to make another move today. I just feel it. It's going to happen.
But the crazy thing is that he signed today, but Bip gave him the nickname Sarge, so that was cool.
Is that ridiculous? And you heard him. He gave a nice report. And I don't know about you guys, but I've seen him play, and he's hurt the Yankees. But then again, everybody hurts the Yankees. But that's besides the point. But no, it was good. Evan,
We had,
What? What was
what
that?
did you think of Bip and you know the whole situation?
Oh, I thought Bip was great. You know, he was very intellectual about his career. He knew like the ins and outs. Working with Tony Gwynn too. I mean, I bet all the mentors that he had, all the coaches that he had, especially in that era, they really focused in on the details. And obviously, he was a great player. We've had a couple of players like him on, like the type of player,
yeah,
you know, being the same versatile athleticism, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, he was definitely great. So cool
yeah,
to have him on.
you guys did a great job with them, and Bip is awesome, and obviously he does great stuff. So,
Well, I have
like I
people
said,
that in the email saying, Joe, we couldn't. 12 o'clock was a little rough, but when we get home, we're going to watch the tape.
okay.
So
But
I appreciate that, everyone. Thank you so much, and people like Katie, Teresa. Wow, the women came out today. Thank you so much, Chris and Andrew came back as a viewer again. Thank you, Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
And what was that? What were you saying? You wanted to say something. No, what I was going to say about Andrew had a question. Basically, he got alerted that he got a super chat, and I tried to explain to him. So when somebody does like 5 or 10 or whatever super chats, it goes into a rotation, and your name happened to come up, and that's why you got the super chat for a month. And I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad give us a chance to show you we're here. We've come a long way, and we have a lot of content here. So thank you so much for coming back to us. And JC 2828, thank you so much for coming aboard. We really appreciate it. We know this is a little different time for you guys because we either do like 9:30 or we do 4 o'clock. So 12 o'clock was a little different. But that's why
yeah,
we take things on tape.
we were trying to get him at 10, but since he's in the West Coast, plus he was at the gym, so we had to push it to 12, and that's the reason why. But tomorrow, guys, you guys are gonna have my team and I booked you guys another guest, Amy Trask, one of my mentors. She's coming at 10 a.m. Eastern, so stay tuned for that. But you guys did a fantastic job with Bip, Evan, and Joe, and you guys killed it. He's like I said, a fantastic guy, and yeah, we had a great event today with Jen Schroeder. She's actually good friends with Garrett Cole and Amy Cole. So
that's awesome. Chris says, so Joe, you're feeling a big coming today? Yep, something might be big today, guys. Stay
Cody
tuned
Bellinger
with us.
You think it's Cody Bellinger?
It could be a trade. I don't know. The Yankees may be serious. They are moving on. They are showing Scott Boras, hey, you want to play like this? Well, we'll play another way. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I could say. There's today, tomorrow, there's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We don't know. The Yankees aren't on the field yet. They'll just hang tough, hang tight. And I think a lot of people agree with me. It's just a matter of it doesn't matter if you did it yesterday or you do it tomorrow or you do it in 3 hours. The Yankees aren't taking the field yet, so they still have time.
It has to be just a matter of time. I mean, at this point, we've been waiting for a while. Everybody else pretty much signed. Obviously, there are still some trade candidates out there, but we have to hear some news soon. And I
think by the Yankees signing all these minor league players, I think most likely Evan and Joe, I think they're going to go to the trade route most likely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I believe. Yeah, no question in my mind. But like I said, little at a time, and we just have to have patience. We just have to have patience, period, with this team. And then we see how it goes. Just see how they're going to be navigating this. So some final thoughts, guys, as we go past an hour. Evan, you want to get us going with some final thoughts? What do you think?
The good interview today, guys, with Bip Roberts. He was a great player, good career, and had fun talking to him. So thank you again for Nathan and his team bringing him on. As for all the guests here, whole week of shows lined up. Tomorrow, Amy Trask, and then the rest of the week is great as well. So excited for that. Everybody just stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some Yankees news soon, some baseball news, and that's pretty much it. But also, guys, don't forget that on Thursday, Chef Nick will be interviewing Joe right here on YankeeMania. Thursday night, that will be Chef Nick's interview with Joe. And then on Sunday, right here on YankeeMania at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be calling the New England Patriots against the Denver Broncos AFC Championship game right here on the channel. So stay tuned for that. And everything else, we have a lot more coming. So please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to Jabba in the Mouth as well. They do a great job. They're on, I believe, tomorrow and Thursday. Is that correct?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep, tomorrow and Thursday. Yep, thank you. Yeah.
So,
the link for the football game that Evan is going to be calling should be up in the next hour or so, everyone. So a lot of hashtags for the two teams, the two lucky teams that are going to go in there. Please, if you want to talk about that game, just come to one of our programs leading up to that game on Sunday, and then after that we'll have our weekly preview show, review of the week. So as you guys, of course, really wanted this show, you have it, and it's always successful. So thank you, everyone. So look for the link, and you will definitely, you can ask your questions and all to Evan, to myself, whoever, and we will take care of everything with that game coming up. And have a pretty good halftime show. Also give let Evan put some water in his mouth, maybe a quick slice of pizza as he goes for the third and the fourth period. So let's go. Let's do this, everyone. And Nitin's got some final words he'd like to say before we go. We will hopefully have a show later on, guys. We'll keep you posted, and by a short on YouTube, and if we do have a show, I will come up here and give you an update. Go ahead, Nitin, your final thoughts.
Yeah, first of all, great job, Evan and Joe, with the BIP, and shout out to the chat for joining and asking questions also to BIP, and everyone did a great job. So. Kudos to you guys, and also glad that my team and I can help out with that also. And stay tuned for more, guys. This whole week is packed with our clients and guests. So stay tuned and keep up the great work, everyone. Continue liking, subscribing to this channel. Subscribe to our Job in the Mouth show and Nitin Sports Rush. And also, big things are happening with my new company. So I'm dropping a big video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And a lot of things are happening. So with our new company, the NIL Nation Best Dream Team company. So we're dropping a lot of stuff right now. So stay tuned for all that. And but keep up the great work, everyone. Hopefully Yankees make more moves, and hopefully we find out soon where Cody Bellinger will go. So let's go Yankees, and keep it up, guys.
Yes, and thank you, Nitin. Drive safe. You're the best. Thank you for you and your team for bringing us BIP. What a great guy. Very, 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 very honest, and he always wanted to be a Yankee. And guys, you got to respect that. So I'm going to leave you with God bless America. God bless you all. We love you all, and we're going to leave you with some people telling you how much they care about you and the show. So goodbye, everybody. Have a good one and enjoy some promos.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching New York Yankee Mania.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. This is Noah Eagle from NBC Sports, and you're all smart. You're top-tier sports fans because you're watching YankeeMania, the best to get the
rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself or reintroduce myself. My name is Chef Nick. I am here for you. This is YankeeMania, NYMania for the entertainment purposes. Please smash, like, punch, stomp, jump on the like button, subscribe, share. Please do any domestic violence as you can in a polite way. You guys are the savages in the NY Yankee Mania. I am your chef to your savage to your cabbage. I will shred you like coleslaw. Let's do this. You guys are my rock stars. You guys are my chefs. I love you all. Let's rock on. We got this, baby. Chef's kiss, baby. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania, the best.
The best.
Hey, everybody, this is Noah Eagle from NBC Sports, and you're all smart. You're top tier sports fans because you're watching NY Yankee Media, the best to get the rest.
Hi, this is Ken from Yankees The Ugly Truth. You're on live with Joe at NY Yankee Mania. Enjoy the adventure.
What is going on, everybody? This is Evan from NY Yankee Mania. Stay strong, stay proud, stay loud, because you are listening to the one and only NY Yankee Mania. Keep watching, keep enjoying, and we love you all.
And we're going to lead out everyone with this appropriate song.
Oh, say, can you see?
Wait, what am I? Chopped liver, Joe? Where's mine?
Oh, where's Nathan's?
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Yes. Woo!
This
Let's
is
go,
Victor
Maria.
Ramachandra from the NR Media. You're listening to NY Yankee Mania. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.
I thought it was chopped liver, Joe. Thank you. But, no, Maria, let's go, Maria. Great job, Maria. Let's go.
Take care, everybody. God bless you all. God bless America. We love you. We'll speak to you maybe later on today. Stay tuned.